What is up guys, Max here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, as you saw, we are learning how to create the Erika Costell Karma 3D text message tracking thing scene from the opening of the music video. It's really easy, so let's get started. Now before we get started, feel free to download the sample footage that I provided down in the description. This wouldn't be a tutorial if you didn't have something to follow along with, so there's that. Now, as you can see in Erika's shot, it's a really simple arcing stabilized shot, and it's been 3D tracked to here. And as you saw in my example, it's kind of the same thing. Now, when I filmed my sample footage, I used a Ronin S. It's a gimbal for my camera, and I kind of swooped around. That's kind of an expensive stabilizer. If you can't afford that for your own shots, feel free to pick up something like this Movi iPhone stabilizer. You can pop your phone in here, stabilize. You can walk around with this as with stable footage. I actually did a video about this. You can click on the little icon here, or you can click on the link in the description where I completely and unbiasedly review this product. Not bad. Now the software we'll use to create this is called After Effects. If you don't have it, feel free to download a free trial from Adobe, and if you do have it, that's awesome. So let's find our footage and get started. Now the two clips that I provided for you is the 3D shot, which is the main shot that we'll be using, and the text animation. Now this is the actual text animation that we'll use in our example video that I just kind of texted and created. So we'll drag in our 3D shot into After Effects for a new project. It's been prompted into After Effects. We'll right click the footage and we will click New Comp from Selection, which opens up a composition that is exactly the size that we need of the footage we have. Now, if the footage is playing back kind of slow on your computer, no big deal. There's a little thing called full right here. We'll change this to about third or a half resolution so it actually plays back smoothly. As you can see, that works pretty well. Now what we need to do is 3D track this shot. So After Effects can create a 3D camera solve so we can actually put in animation that tracks inside the shot. Sounds kind of complicated, but it's actually not complicated at all. So we'll right click our footage in the layer panel down here, and we will go to track and stabilize, and then track camera. Now, this opens up the effect controls inside of After Effects. It starts analyzing the background for 3D points that After Effects can track, and it is an automatic process from here. So as you can see, this is going from frame 4 to 203. This should be happening on your computer as well. And this is the waiting game. This is where you get coffee or look at stuff on YouTube. Now, once the tracking is finished, you'll see all of these weird little X's pop up all over the footage, which is completely normal. It's a good thing, actually. So you'll see in here your 3D camera, you have your track point size. You can increase the size of these to see the track points. You can also increase your target size, which is like the target. What we'll do is we'll go into here, we'll right click somewhere in here on the footage. This is actually in the shot pretty much the whole time. We'll right click and then do create solid and camera. Alright, so now we've created a solid, which is exactly what we want, right? So what we'll do is we'll take this solid and we will rotate it to the right orientation that we want. So we'll drop down on the solid, drop down on transform. There's all your little rotation options inside of here. Now we'll actually turn it this way. We'll turn it this way. And we will actually physically move it with our mouse. Move it up here. Rotate the Z. And maybe we'll like scale it down a little bit. I don't know. So it looks a little more of where we want it. And we'll play this back and see if it is exactly what we want. Alright, looks pretty good. Probably a little too far this way. Maybe not scaled enough. Hold shift, bring it down. And let's play this back one more time. Not bad. Now, once we have that created, we'll hit this little icon right here. Boom. Now, what we did really was we created that solid and it created a 3D layer. Now, if you dragged in anything inside of this project and turned on 3D layers, it'll follow the camera. So, for instance, if we dragged in our text message footage that I have provided right into here, which is a big square, and we turn on the 3D layer right here, it actually becomes 3D. And if you don't see these little icons that I just clicked on, you'll right click in your little source right here, your little empty gray layer, go to columns, and then click switches, which turns on those options for you. Now if I play this back, we can see that that is there. and this is here. We have a bunch of 3D stuff happening in the scene. You could add all kinds of stuff in here from here if you wanted. Now, but I want this to be in this green. So what we'll do, we'll right click on the track solid and then hit pre-compose. We'll call this text message. Messenger. And click OK. So we can actually just delete this text message footage now. Double click on text message, which is our new pre-comp that we created, which opens up this new flat box right here. Now we can actually take our text message animation and drag it into here, which lays out our text message animation right here. Now, the resolution of this box is kind of the wrong size, so what we'll do is actually change it to the right size. We will go to composition, composition settings, and change the width and the height to 2500 pixels, which is the exact resolution of our text message animation. And click OK. And then now, since this is the exact size and everything length we need, we can go back to 3D Shot by clicking on this right here. And as we can see, our text message is now exactly where we want it to be. And from here, you can actually like scale it up a little bit, you know, to your preference. It doesn't matter. At this point, it's up to you. You can play it back and we can see that it looks pretty darn good. Not bad at all. Now, there's a few more things we're going to do to make this thing look really awesome. So what we'll do is we'll right click text message, go to layer styles, and then do outer glow, which is that glow that we saw before. We'll drop down on outer glow right here. We'll change the color to white, and we'll go down to size and increase the size a good bit. Now we have a nice glow. Just like so. Next up is we'll highlight everything, we'll right click and pre-compose. Pre-comp 1, let's call this final. Now everything is inside its own composition. Now I want to change this composition to a normal 3840 by 2160p composition because this original footage is 4096 by 2160p. So go to composition up here, composition settings, and we'll change this to 3840 Ultra HD and click OK. And two more things we want to do. We want to add those black bars that we saw in the original composition. So inside of the provided assets, I had this 4K 2040 by 1 widescreen standard PNG. We can actually drag this into our composition right here, and it actually creates the black bars that we want. It's just an image that overlays onto our composition. I always use images like that when creating black bars. I don't do crops. Saves me a lot of time because I just drag it in. Also saves you a lot of time. And now we want to color correct this. Go to Window and Effects and Presets inside of After Effects. We'll type Lumet Recolor. Drag it onto our final. And we'll drop down on Basic Correction. We'll bring up the contrast a little bit. Drop down on Creative. We'll find a cool look inside of this that looks kind of cool. That's a little too much. That's a little too much. That doesn't look too bad. This is kind of cool. We'll bring down the saturation a little bit. Now you can play around with the color grading all you want, but for me, I think that looks great. And that is how you create the Erika Costell 3D tracking shot animation from her music video. Now, depending on your footage, it will be a little different. But hopefully you now have a little more expertise on creating something like this. It's not hard, it doesn't take a lot of time, and it looks really cool. As always guys, I'm Max. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. And if you want to continue the conversation, hop down into the description and join my Discord. I just launched it. It's an easy way to always be in contact with me and the community. I'm always live chatting down there nowadays, so feel free to join that and ask me questions, and I will respond as soon as possible because the messages do pop up on my phone. It's actually a really easy way to communicate and connect with all of you lovely people. And if you don't know what Discord is, it's just like a chat service, kind of like Slack or something like that. It's super simple. But that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, peace.